Hey everyone, guess what? It's been over 24 hours and I'm here with the results for the catchment of my swale. So come join me and let's check this out. I don't know what part it is, but I will number them one through whatever it is. I think it should be number four or five. But let's get to this. I'm excited. It's been over 24 hours. If you look back at my videos, you saw the water, how brown it was and how cloudy it was, and the stuff that was the vegetation and everything that was on the top. Well, I'm going to address all that. I'm going to explain everything what I did. And I know you guys are smart. So again, I just want to say, don't do this ever unless you research and you feel comfortable doing things like this. I take calculated risk. I've been doing this for a while. It's the first time that I do it from my pond, and I'm getting it straight from the source, from the rain into the swale that I made, and I want to see if I'm able to utilize the water, because this is the largest catchment that I have. I only have where my goats and my chickens are, and it's very small catchment, the roof, and it takes a long time before it fills up. But since we had a large rain, I figured, let me try something different. Let me try this out and see if it works. Okay, let's get to this. This is from the outside what the barrel looks like. Remember, it was dark and it was brown. Well, this is how it looks. It got a lot clearer. It's really clear. It's a little cloudy, very little cloudy. And I'm going to go through the process of the smell, the taste, what I'm going to do to filter it for now, because I'll get a better filter. I'll get the sand, and I'll get the pebbles, and I'll get the charcoal, and I'll set up a large filter just in case, because I was hesitant to use that chemical, especially when it tells you that don't use too much because it burns. It's caustic, and I don't want anything to happen to me. I know I've worked with the bleach, and the bleach, what you do is put, for every gallon, I believe it's 2.5 teaspoons to 3.5 teaspoons per gallon in your thing. And if I do it in a tote, and the tote is 350 gallons, you could do the math. You'll see that's just a little bit. It's not a lot. It's about 14 drops per ounce or whatever it is, however they calculate. You can look it up on YouTube. What is the best way to purify water? The best way is boiling. They have different ways. Boiling the water for emergencies, if you need water and you can't get water anyplace and you find something. Condensation. Let me see. Bleach is the top chemical you put in, and then they have other stuff you did. So I've always gone towards the bleach, because it doesn't give me an odor, and if you do, you just let it air out for a long time. You let it air out for maybe about 2-3 days before you use it, and you got to be smart about it. Okay, these videos, every video that I put out there, are not made for children. So it's your due diligence to protect your kids. Don't let them try something and then you wind up, sick, or even worse, or your child tries something like that. Please don't do that. Let me get to this and I'll show you. I'm going to take the phone off the tripod, and I'm going to show you the inside. How I showed you before. You can see it's like a lightish blue-green. I don't know if you could see it well with this lighting. But on the top, there is some particles on it. What I'm going to do is use this, how do you call it? This is a coffee press. I don't have a paper filter, proper filter, but this has a filter in it that it'll hold the solids, and then you just press it down and the water comes down. So I'm going to use this, okay? I'm going to put you back on the tripod, and I'm going to do what I have to do so you can see everything. And I hope you you learned something from this, because it's important. The way the world is going right now, and if people go into a panic and they take all the water, get yourself a little small catchment from your roof. Do what you have to do. Collect that water in a pail, in a bucket, and utilize it, and you'll be able to survive. It's all about survival. Off-grid here is you do what you have to do so you can keep moving on forward. That's the main object, the main goal. You could dream up everything. If you have the money, if you have ample money, you could build anything you want on these lands here in the ranch. There's no restrictions, and that's why I picked this place. You know, the weather is the hardest part you have to get used to. The wind, everything. The noise, there's no noise. It's quiet, it's peaceful. In the wintertime, it's beautiful. It's nice and cool. If you're prepared, you have heaters and all that stuff. Well, anyway, let me stop running my mouth, and I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm taking this off. This is just an empty little cup pitcher type thing. I'm going to put it here on the side. Hold on. Okay. This part to that cup, to that little coffee pot, it has these fine mesh. Really, really fine mesh. So what I do is, I take this, put it on the side. It's not that you don't know how to do it. I'm just explaining so you can see there's different ways of doing things. This is the way I'm doing it now, so you can see it. You saw the little particles on top? Well, what I do is I take a cup, I go all the way down to the bottom, and I bring a cup right here. I put the pitcher right here, put the cup right here, and what I do is utilize this. I don't have a top. I take this, hold it here. Whoop, I don't want to fall. Let me. Yay! Smart move. Then I take the water and I pour it in. And it's filtering it slowly. And there's some small particles. I'll see if I could get the particles out. I'm just lifting it up so I can catch all these particles. Okay, as you can see, you see all those fine particles here? Hope you can see it in my hand. So then I get rid of it. I'll put this back here. I'm going to do it one more time. I might do it about 2-3 times, just to make sure there's nothing in there in the bottom of the cup. Okay. That's good. And then let me see, there's more. You can still see some of the some particles, some little pieces of wood. Well, I'll put this on the side. Now what I'm going to do is smell it to see if the bleach scent is still there. That means I need to air it out. If I still, that means I put too much, which I didn't, but just in case. You can see in my hand, the water is clear. Hopefully you can see that. It's clear, it's not cloudy, and it doesn't have any of the things. You have some on top because I moved it around a little bit. Now what I'm going to do, this is good. So far, so good. This is really good. I'm going to take some of this water. And I'm going to pour it in here. I'm just going to take a little bit, take a taste. And I'll tell you what it tastes like. Now, I'm one that you can see if it does taste bad. It's clear inside. I hope you could see that. Not the edge is just a little dirty, but I don't worry about it because the stuff that I put in my life, in my body, this is nothing. The alcohol that I was drinking, the poison, all that stuff, the preservatives that we're eating in the cans, this is nothing, okay? You have to be careful with bacteria, with all that other stuff. And this is what I'm doing, is killing the bacteria, the more serious ones, the stuff that'll get you sick, that you drop dead. That's basically what it is. So, and everything that we do consume has something. Bentonite is in makeup, in a lot of the products that we have, kitty litter and everything. We breathe this dust. As human beings, we don't realize what we breathe, the smog. Even when it rains, even if you caught it in mid-air, there's still particles of everything that's floating around going into that water. So that's why they have reverse osmosis. If you want to check something out, freeze a bottle, not all the way to the top, of water. And then just the top that's a little frozen, taste it. It's salty. That's reverse osmosis. It gets rid of a lot of the stuff, the impurities and stuff like that. And this is what I'm doing here. I don't have a factory to bottle water. I don't have the money to get UV lights and all that. You want to do that, you can spend the money and do it again. But they've got you. Once you do something like this, they've got you, because you have to spend money on the UV lights. You got to spend money on this. So I use what I'm capable of using, that's here, that's provided by God. So smell it. Doesn't smell, it smells clean. That's amazing. It smells clean. That little bit of bleach does smell clean. There's a slight, very slight aftertaste, but it's a clean aftertaste. It's not gritty. It's not dirty. And I have enough water like up to here. So the aftertaste is just a little bit, but once you get used to this, It's like nothing. It's just regular water. And cities, they treat water just the same way. So you have to be smart about it. Don't put too much or anything. You know your body. I don't know your body. I cannot tell you what you're going through at this very moment. You know what you're going through. So pay attention to the flags that your body gives you. And once you don't feel good, if you get diarrhea, what I recommend, I'm not a doctor. Yes, I've worked in hospitals and been a nurse and stuff like that. But I am not, no longer, I do not carry a license. I stopped, I retired. I don't want to get involved in any of the medical stuff except for myself. I do things that other people would not do. So this this is good. What I suggest for myself, think I put a little bit of just a tad bit. I could taste an aftertaste of bleach. Can't smell it, so I will cut it down. I'll cut it down a little bit. I'd rather have a little bit less. And the big thing is let it stand longer, because you let it stand, what happens is the fumes, whatever chemicals are in there dissipate. They get out of the water little by little. The sun helps. The sun is UV. That's why you get those, how do you call it? That's why they want you to cover your totes in black so the sun doesn't get in and create that, uh, the green stuff. My mind, this is what happens when you get old. Please don't get old. You guys, you young women and young men out there, try not to get old. Uh, so I skip in my stuff algae. You see, I'm searching, but uh, the algae doesn't taste good. I don't like it. I'm not. They say it's good protein and everything. It won't get you sick. I don't like it. That's it. That's my thing. Uh, I don't know how many people do it. I don't think a lot of people do it. But if push come to shove and you had to survive, I guess you do what you got to do so you can stay hydrated. Because the number one thing that keeps a person alive is water. Water is life. Uh, yes, you can go a week or two without eating, but you can't go without water. Water is, you're like 70 something, almost 80% of water in your body. So you have to regulate yours. It flushes everything out. It flushes your kidneys. It flushes your liver. It flushes everything, your blood. And you get rid of those impurities out through the water. So your liver works. Your liver is like a filter. It takes everything, breaks it down, out it goes. So be careful. Please be careful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this water here and I'm going to wait until tomorrow. So I'll bring another video just the way it is. I'm not going to touch it. And I'm going to do it. I'm not going to put any more bleach. I'm not going to put anything. And I'm going to tell you if the taste improved. And that's how you could tell. If you have too much taste, just take off the lid, let it air out for a while and everything. But don't forget, once you take off that lid, we're in the desert. There's sand blowing, there's dirt blowing, there's dirt devils flying around. There's pollen that fall into the water. So you're going to get something. And it's nature's stuff. I believe highly in raw honey. Take honey, it's good for your body, antimicrobial and stuff like that. I take garlic. I take all natural stuff for my body. Uh, I I consume that I lost so much weight from 415 pounds to what I am now. I'm like a 156 something. And I should be at 200. But I feel good. I feel energized. I feel really energized. Some days I feel run down, but that's because of the heat and what I do out here and building in the sun, or it's raining or it's cold and it switches real quick to hot weather. That's what tears my body up. But with that being said, I'm always moving. I wasn't moving before. My serving was a whole large pizza, 2 liters of Pepsi, Coca-Cola, whatever soda was around. Didn't drink too much water. I thought liquid was a liquid at one time. So I figured I like the taste. So I put it. So I make my own stuff now. I get lemons. I get the water. Squeeze it in. Put a little honey. Don't put sugar. Coffee, honey. If I have sugar and I don't have honey, I'm going to use a little bit of sugar, but not a lot. That's what I do. Again, this is my life, my body. I do it my way. I don't want anybody to tell me out here in this world, this is the way you should do this. That's the worst saying you could tell me. You should do this. I shouldn't do nothing. You should mind your own business. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about, you could give me examples. There's ways of speaking to somebody. You know, there might be another way of doing this. Not that you should do this. You got to be careful how you communicate. I learned a while back while I was in AA, listen to the message and not the messenger. And that means I could get the best message from a 5-year-old kid. And I'm going to tell you something. My son, at one time, we were talking about spirituality, God, and everything. And I think it was my son or my daughter said, Dad, you know something? I think they were about 6 years old. I have twins, 5, 6 years old. Said, take Jesus out of your back pocket and use him. Whoa, 5-year-old smacked me in my face and told me, hey, in not so many words, be kind. Be kind. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just trying to help you, Daddy. And I said, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And I have a tattoo that says, believe. My daughter and I shared the same tattoo. Believe in a higher power, whatever you want to call it. I choose to call it God, Jesus. Sometimes I call it the cosmos. Sometimes I call it the universe, Mother Nature. It's different names for the same thing. Something that's higher power than you are. There's certain things that we as humans cannot control, and the world just keeps on going. I'll die, the world keeps on rolling, rolling, rolling. That's why we have to take care of our world. Well, enough with that. I'm going to come back tomorrow if I'm not too busy, and I'm going to post the last video. So keep an eye out for it. Please like, subscribe, share, get more people to come to my videos. I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm all over the place. But my platform is YouTube. I love YouTube. I love the way they're doing things. They're giving me the incentive, the push to keep moving forward. And sometimes it gets to my head that I got to make a video. So then I feel that it's becoming a job. So I slow up. Not that I'm sick. Sometimes I just slow up. You might not hear me for a couple of days, but I'll post a short so you can see I'm still good. I'm still posting. You guys take it easy. One day at a time. You can't change what you see out of your eyes, but you can change how you handle things in your heart and how you deliver things. Again, bye. Peace out.